Hello everybody, thank you so much. I'm Aurora for people who do not know me. I hope this video does go far and wide to people that would like to be connecting with me. I'm very happy to tell you about the idea that I got or solidified today as I was just dancing my Flying Rainbow Lasagna dance outside in the sun. Flying Rainbow Lasagna Dance Movement class is on. So I'm right now super full of energy, super positive, feeling wonderful, and I hope that you can really sense that from me, and that's where, all of this energy is coming from now. I've been through other experiences recently that were like almost eradicating the Flying Rainbow Lasagna and everything that this is, and almost like trying to make me forget what it was or lose touch with what it truly is. A couple of days ago, I was looking for an old file in my Dropbox, and I found an old video that I have saved there from when I did Flying Rainbow Lasagna Dance Movement class 2 years ago. It was at the end of 2020, right after I released my album Birth of the Flying Rainbow Lasagna, and it was before I went through all of these attacks and assaults that tried to eradicate me. And I connected so much with the joy of that video and what that was like to dance in freedom, what it felt like to be there in that moment, what it felt like to be in my body in that moment. And at that time, when I recorded it, like, of course, I didn't know anything that I would be going through. It's so precious to me to tune back into that time. And when I danced then, I wanted to make sure that my dance was perceived for what it is, which is a sacred dance, not necessarily something that is a commodified dance, like I do this for you, you do this for me, and definitely not a dance for like sexual objectification. So those were the things that I was concerned about in that time. And so I didn't share it that widely. The people that I did share it with, I know it had a deep impact on. And like I said, I'm now in this moment looking back, I'm so happy that I recorded that from that energy field of just pure joy. It feels like, when you've done something like before you went into the battlefield, and that was what it was like in the bucolic time of peace, but even though it wasn't really peace, but I had my bubble of peace. Everything is different now, clearly, and I speak from that level, and people don't know about my journey and about what has transpired, then perhaps I will share more with you as we go through the class, because it's part of contextualizing everything that I do, everything that I am, and everything that I share. If you don't know, just let it be understood, comprehended, that everything that I'm still doing in terms of my art and my music and speaking and teaching and now doing the dance class or resuming it is definitely a miracle, definitely from divine guidance and divine protection to be able to still be doing this even after all of these things tried to wipe me out. That's where I'm coming from on this. So I think you can also tell that this is a sharing from my heart and not necessarily some kind of a wangly sales pitch, and I've never really aligned with that. And when I look back on all of my old videos and Facebook intros for doing my weekly lessons for full spectrum humans, which I've done for so many years, so I have all these Facebook memories that come up, I always say the same thing, and I'm maintaining the same thing. So this thing costs this much to be able to participate, and I also really wish to make it available to people. So here's the cost of being able to do this. You can also pay by donation. If you can't afford it, then you can also be here on a scholarship. But what matters the most to me is that people wish to participate and participate on the terms in which I share this offering. So this offering is about learning the Flying Rainbow Lasagna dance embodiment. Because I teach a lot of stuff that is intellectual stuff, and I put it on YouTube and I make it available to everyone, but this is not going to be something that is on YouTube available for everyone. This is for people who specifically are choosing to align with these thought patterns, energy patterns, genetic patterns, and patterns of the cosmos, and to be able to absorb them or embody them. And I need to be able to share in a way that I feel that it is being received in the right light, in the right context. And so I'm inviting people to become part of this group. It is a commitment for the summertime, so it's going to be 3 months. I know, I take a long time to be able to get to the actual meat and potatoes of what I'm inviting you to. Weekly Flying Rainbow Lasagna dance demonstrations, I think, is a good way of doing it, so that you can learn and embody on your own. Why, what, who, where, when. So look, when I look back on my video that was in my Dropbox, I re-imprinted on that version of myself. I'm so happy that it is there as like a record of who I was in that moment, to get back to that joyfulness and purity and re-imprint and be that again. And I know that it is possible for others to similarly imprint upon my energy field, what I'm sharing, my whole way of doing this, so that you can do something similar. Align with what I'm offering as a template for your intellect. I already do that in class. A template for your body. You know, I want people to look at my body, look at my body's form, look at my body's functionality, my metabolism, the way that I move, what I'm doing, and have me be an example, learn from what I'm doing, and apply it to yourself. All of this is for freedom. Like, this is literally a gift that I have to offer, and I was offered the gift of being here 20 years ago as a walk-in, instead of having, you know, just like a destruction experience, having a continuation experience. And then last year they tried to destroy me again, and I'm still here. So I've been offered many gifts of continuation, and I hope you can hear it in my voice, like how profoundly grateful I am to be here and to be able to share these things with you. And I truly wish for you to be able to embody these gifts too. Like, feel them inside of you, because it's all about connection to divine grace and the most amazing experiences that you can have as your own bubble of freedom amidst everything that is going on. And more of the bubbles of freedom cluster together, and we make an entire giant cohesive light body, and that's what this is. So this is what I share, this is what I teach. Intellectual things that are available to everyone, and then on a more close level, the embodiment, the genetic dance, the energy field, all of the ways of taking care of your body. So that's what this is going to be about. I will, every day that we gather together as Flying Rainbow Lasagna dance movement practitioners, let's say, and so I'm going to demonstrate it to you, and you're going to learn from my demonstrations. So it's a real dance. I mean, I talk about it as a genetic dance all the time. It's also a real dance that I really do. I call it Flying My Starship, except it's not a metal clank clank starship. It is your body starship. And I'll teach you how I take care of my body and how I stretch it out, and the different things that I eat or do in order to keep my body pure in this very, you know, impure, difficult environment. And then also I'm going to teach you how you actually do these movements. And please understand also, like, I've been here for 20 years, even though my journey has been as having neurological injury and then taking a long time to learn how to occupy and be in a body successfully. So you might not be facing that uphill battle, and also just recognize that I've been cultivating myself to be able to do these movements for a long time. Big takeaway from this video, if you choose to participate or not, the dance is regenerative. Doing the Flying Rainbow Lasagna dance on a tiny subcellular level with your DNA, on a larger macroscopic level with your body, and on a planetary level. Hello, ascension process. This is why I'm here helping you as part of, not part of, but the example and representative of Aurora, the collective. Generative, regenerative. If you look at the world and you say the world is in a sad state and it's going downhill and everything is bad and I'm in despair, please understand that doing this dance, we as cells, a part of the presence of the larger planet, are helping the planet to regenerate. You regenerate your body, you regenerate your energy field, you regenerate the lives that you touch, you regenerate this entirety world, the entirety and holistic presence of time is regenerated. So I practice that in my own life. I am one being in an epidermis, regenerating myself through this dance, and then the lives that I touch on also begin beep, 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 emanating this out, and then it spreads outward to other people. It is part of planetary uplift, part of personal uplift, personal healing, a rectification dance, a way of healing time itself. Big, big stuff, and also super fun. Super fun. When I tuned into my video from several years ago, what I really remembered and retuned in again to was the utter joy and just carefree sense, what it is to dance in freedom. And I have to just contrast that, because there were many times recently where I've been like, no, like, I'm dancing in spite of you. I'm dancing in spite of you. It's just a different, you can even tell from my voice, like, ah, ah, ah. Sometimes it's like that, but that's not what it always has to be. So understand that the dance is inviolable. The dance continues no matter what is trying to stop it. It is inevitable, just as your ascension and the pathway to the destination and the source and to God and to reconnection with your godness is all inevitable, and know that the things can't stop it or inhibit it, because Flying Rainbow Lasagna is about jumping over all of these inhibitors and things that are obstacles that try to stand in the way. And then please understand that the journey isn't always so fraught and so difficult and so much like punching through molasses or something like that. Sometimes it is the most beautiful, expansive, free flow, and that's what I want to share with you. I want to bring us all into. So literally it was beautiful. I was dancing outside in my courtyard here, which is where I'm going to be doing much of this from. How will I structure this? I know it's been 10 minutes now. I'm just going to get to the specifics of it. This will be an in-person class, and for those who live in my area, and this will also be a Zoom remote class for people that are divergent. I'm going to do it California time because I'm very solar oriented. So it feels good for me to dance, morning time when the sun is coming up. So I'm going to do it at 10 a.m. on specific days. I'm just going to figure out what day of the week it's going to be, and I'll be sure to put that in the exact description. But it's going to be Pacific time, so that way there will also be archives and records that you can tune into. I hope that will allow many people in order to be able to align with this. And also please understand it's part of my natural energy practice. Like I get up in the morning and I do my music and I do my body nutrition, and then I also do my dancing outside in the sunshine. And I want to be able to encourage you to do something similar. So I'm going to wrap it up. This is my introduction and invitation. I'm going to then now, I literally came inside after thinking about all of this with the great brain in the sky, the sun, and decided to record this video immediately while the energy is very high. Now I will go with my intellectual analytical self and type it out on the computer and come up with the exact times, dates. And again, yes, I'm asking, let's say, a participatory fee of $100 for the 3 months of the summer, like the rest of June. June is almost over, July, August, and then into September as we're going in towards the equinox. Got it? We're going to do one class every week. And if you can't pay, then pay what you can or ask me for a scholarship. Please be on board. Thank you so much.